I have Larry here with me this morning, and it's the Coastal Volunteers in Medicine and of Southern Ocean County, and they're our guests. So happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, Lori.
So we're so happy to have you because your mission is really critical and very, I would say, timely because of what you provide to residents and when the growing demand and need. So for the people that aren't necessarily familiar with the mission of the Coastal Volunteers in Medicine, perhaps you could give us just a brief overview of that.
Surely. Thank you so much for having us here. Basically, the mission of Coastal Volunteers is to serve the medically uninsured and underserved population of Southern Ocean County. And we do that by providing free medical care to those people who have absolutely no medical insurance and cannot afford to pay on their own. And
as I mentioned, that is critical, especially when you know the catastrophic costs of needing health care. So what is your philosophy of the organization?
Well, the Volunteers in Medicine is actually a national concept. And basically the concept is a culture of caring, which basically says that it's not just that you provide the service, it's how you provide the service as well.
Right.
Is that the patient is treated with the utmost of care and concern, and as an equal partner in the healthcare being provided to them, so that we take no attention whatsoever about employment status. That's not one of our criteria. We pay ethnic background, race, religion. There is no barriers except caring for the patient.
Well, that's so important. So the qualifications to receive service would be based on whether you're insured or financially stable?
Absolutely. The qualifications are really quite simple. The person must have no medical insurance whatsoever. No Medicaid, no Medicare, no veterans insurance. And also they must be below 250% of the poverty level.
Okay.
So there is an income qualification as well. What these people are is basically the tweeners of the medical world.
Sure, of course.
Those people who kind of are in that gap between not being able to purchase health insurance and not being eligible enough for any of the existing programs.
So you have a clinic that's available?
Yes, we have a clinic that's located at 249 South Main Street in Barnegat, across from the Wells Fargo Bank.
Great.
And it's a medical building. It's a medical facility. It operates Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday between 11 and 2. We also have additional hours depending upon situations. We tend to be very situational in the sense that we will accommodate people and also the practitioners who provide the service to be a little flexible when that's necessary.
So how can they contact you I'm assuming you have to make an appointment to get into the clinic, or?
Absolutely. It's one of the things that's essential is for people to understand it's not a walk-in clinic.
Right.
You just can't walk up and come in. There's two reasons for that, basically. One is we need to certify people that they are eligible for our services, but that's also so we can match the appropriate clinician to the patient.
Right.
We want to make sure there's a marriage there that's going to be beneficial for both. So we require an appointment, and the way people would make that appointment is they would call 609-384-0102 and make an appointment.
Well, and also if you have a website, do you have something that they could go online?
Absolutely. We prefer, in terms of appointments, calling is better, but our website, www.coastalvim, V as in Victor, IM.org.
Great.
So it's coastalvim.org.
Great. And also, Coastal Volunteers of Medicine is a Southern Ocean County Chamber member, so you could go to visitlbiregion.com, or you could also call our office, and we will be able to put you in touch with the people, the wonderful men and women that are volunteering and working the clinic as well. So what areas of Ocean County do you actually cover?
Well, we cover the areas between Forked River and New Gretna.
Okay.
And as far off the coast as most people are comfortable with those townships to the west of us.
Mm-hmm.
As the name implies, the coastal areas are really our area of service, and we don't go as far as Toms River.
Right.
There are several other VIMs in the state that people should be aware of. There's a VIM in Cape May County. Mm-hmm. There's one in Red Bank, and there's one in Bergen.
Oh, that's great. So now, is everyone a volunteer that works with you?
Except for 2 part-time staff,
Wow.
which is definitely needed
Of course.
to take care of the medical paperwork and the squads of of things we need to take care of. Everybody else is a volunteer. Kim Hogan's our medical director. All the board, the advisory boards, the administrative volunteers, all volunteers.
So it's a labor of love.
In my opinion, it is for sure.
It is. It is the most important. So the challenges of running an all-volunteer medical nonprofit in Southern Ocean County, there must be a few. So what can you share about those?
Well, the most obvious one is we receive absolutely no government funding whatsoever, and actually we don't seek it. And one of the reasons we don't seek it is because with government funding comes a whole bunch of bureaucracy that we're really not interested in dealing with.
Sure.
Philosophically, we want to do the work. We want to treat people. So we rely on individual, corporate sponsorships to get our work done and to allow us to do what we do. So one of the biggest challenges is getting the businesses in the community to understand, as well as the rest of the population, that we are basically an adjunct to them. Mm-hmm. We help service. Our population is the working poor, Lori.
Right. And that is a crucial piece to our labor, that are working either seasonally or year round.
Exactly. They're working to service our business, to service us. And by keeping them healthy and functional within the community and providing a service, we provide a service to business. Obviously, some of the other challenges are we are always seeking volunteers, but essentially at this point of our growth and evolution, physicians and nurses and nurse practitioners are really the focal point of what we need.
Okay.
We would like to do the work.
So if anybody's listening that may be a retired physician, nurse, or practitioner, would you welcome them to join your ranks?
Oh, absolutely. They can. There's several ways to. There is dialing that main number again, which is 609-384-0102. On the website, coastalvim.org, there is a spot for volunteers to register themselves, and they could also contact me, which is Larry@coastalvim.org. So.
And I don't want to jump into it, but I know that you also have a very important event that's coming up to help funding.
Exactly.
So what is that? Maybe we could get some people to
we have
sponsor.
a gala. This is our 3rd annual gala. It's at Greenbrier Ocean Air in Waretown, and it's $80 a ticket, and it includes dinner and wine and one of the best bands in the county, the Brass Tacks.
Oh, very nice.
It's
very
a wonderful dance band, and I say that with no reservation. And it's a great event, and it helps support the clinic, and also it's a great social event in terms of being able to network and get our story across. Of course, primarily, our story needs to go to those who need our services.
Yes.
And to let them know that we are out there for them when they need us.
So if someone wanted to try to get a ticket to the gala, it might be a little bit late, but they might be able to do that. How can they get that
Again,
ticket?
coastalvim.org.
Okay.
And they can buy tickets right on the website.
And also, if you're interested in maybe doing a donation or a sponsorship, I'm sure there's ways to do that through the website or by contacting Larry as well. Because this is an organization that really does have the heart of our neighbors in mind. This is something that's cuts across the country, but really locally, they're here to help work with the people that are supplying the labor for our businesses, that are moving down here, maybe trying to get into the next phase of their life, and they're maybe not covered at this moment. There's just so many different ways that they're making people's lives better every day. So we want to thank you, Larry, and all your team and
Quite
all
welcome.
your gracious volunteers and coordinators for doing what they're doing, because it is so needed and so necessary. And of course, I don't want to talk about the holidays too much because it is only the beginning of October. But I am sure for donations or anything coming up, please, especially end of year annual appeal donations or anything, please keep Coastal Volunteers in Medicine in mind, because I'm sure that would help you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Whatever anybody could do is gratefully accepted. And on behalf of our patients, we would thank you. And I'm very fond of saving, and I mean it absolutely sincerely. You, in fact, may have saved a life today.